beginning of fall, which means that all my flowers are perfect for a little while longer. I'm Margot Gunther, and it's Feel Good Friday. How you doing? Let's do an Evo size, shall we? So, for those of you who are new, just take your fingers, maybe rub your hands together, then put your fingers exactly where your ears sprout out of your head, where your ears and your head connect, and you're kind of moving the skin around instead of scratching the surface. And then now go ahead and scratch the surface. That feels good. Along the back of the skull. Now drag that down your throat past your collarbone. And just stop for a moment and notice how that feels. Hi. Oh, it feels good, right? So, this is my lovely house in Soap Lake. And in case you want to be my neighbor, this house across the street is for sale with a view of the lake and all that good stuff, right? So, I read something kind of fun today. Hi! My neighbor Jan is Evo-sizing as she drives by. Oh, shoot. Well, you know, this is the beauty of small towns, right? So, anyway, I am super excited about something that's going to be coming up. It's kind of a secret still, but it has to do with mindful self-compassion, which is really what my Feel Good Way is all about, right? And I just read this article about this guy who used to do like 3-hour meditations every day. Can you imagine? Who has time for that? And he went to this fancy retreat where he thought he was going to learn to deepen his practice, and it was put on by all these monks and stuff. And you know what they told him? 20 seconds of mindful self-compassion is as effective as deep meditation practice. We knew that, right? We could have told him that. But the article goes on and it shows all these scientific studies that prove it. And the thing that I found interesting about the article is they were just doing it a couple times a day. In my Feel Good Way, we do it all day, every day, right? That's the way to feel good. That's the way to keep your nervous system out of fight or flight and in rest and digest. Because most of the time we're not in mortal danger. The only time we need to be tensed up is when we're in mortal danger. And like I said, most of the time we're not. So, you know, there's a million ways to do it. One of the ways they were saying was to just, you know, hug yourself. Oh my God, I am such an advocate of that. One of the ways I teach it is kind of goofy, but actually to, there's a couple of spots, one here, one here. So if you put your hands like that, first of all, in physiology, this is a major muscle group that needs a lot of attention. Second of all, in traditional Chinese medicine, where your thumb goes right there, that's a fear point. 2, 3, this spot right there is the one that I say causes our bad posture. So it needs to be comforted, right? So just, you know, giving yourself a hug, whether you do it like this or like this, it literally changes your nervous system, and your brain, your pituitary gland, even your pineal gland start pumping out things like oxytocin. Oxytocin is the bonding drug. It's the drug that mamas and babies and daddies use to connect each other to each other. It's also the one that's super high with lovers. And it's the one that I get kind of low on when my sweeties She's not here. Hi, sweetie. And, but also just things like caressing your arm, especially on the inside. The places where we bend are big time lymphatic places. And in lymphatic places, we are very much lots of neurolymphatic points that put out the feel-good stuff. So just, lightly massaging the inside of your arm, the back of your leg, even your ankle. Pretend like it itches. And then